Excellent. We are live again. Hello, everyone. Just a few little sound checks. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. Oops. Didn't hear that, John. Okay. Let me just see. Can we hear? Can we see? That would all be good, wouldn't it? Okay. So, let me just find the link I just sent Mark. But how is everybody? Hello, Julia. Paphos, 32 degrees. My goodness me. I think we'll be nipping at your heels on Wednesday from the looks of it. 30 degrees here. Good. So, let me just find the link I just sent Mark. But how is we have piano. Good. Piano works. Just a quick check of the piano on here. Can we hear that all right? Mark is yellow.
Look at the world, everything all around us. Look at the world and marvel every day.
There we go. Wonderful. Let me just check that sounds all right. Good. We have sound, we have picture, we have a choir. Who could ask, as they say, for anything more? Who do we have? So let's see. Hello, Gina. Hello, Eloise. She has her own computer, so you can now be me. It's great to hear that. Hello, Carol and Rob. I presume that's just Carol. Never know, though. Hello, Judith. Lovely to see you. Hello, Claire. Hello again. Evelyn said she thoroughly enjoyed this morning's rehearsal. Well, thank you very much. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I had a great time. I will share with you, I was nervous. Goodness me, I was very nervous. And when you're doing Messiah every day, you just get into the swing of, I'm just going upstairs to conduct Handel's Messiah. It's just something you do. But we've had a few weeks of relative peace and quiet, and to come back in and to know that John's watching, a little bit of pressure, but no, that was great. Enjoyed it this morning. So thanks for that. Hello, Janine. Lovely to see you. Mark is yellow for some reason. Oh, there's our lovely friends Diane and George. Hello, folks. Stars of international news. Great to see you. Hope you're very well. Hello, Anne. Anne, save my seat. So nobody take Anne's seat, please. It's the one with Anne written on it. Don't take that. Gina's going to channel her inner Julie Andrews. Absolutely. If you've not seen John's video, as he talks about channeling one's inner Julie Andrews for this one, I thought that was great. Hello, Pam. Judith has still got gales here. Oh my goodness. It's not too bad here. Maybe we'll get them soon. Hopefully not. Hello, Susan. Perfect sound. Thank you. Great to hear. That's good. Hi, Dorothy. Greetings to you. Greetings to Vancouver. Great to see you. Hello, Anne. Hello, Ali. Carolyn got back from work in time. Hooray. Fabulous. All is well. Sounds great. Sounds beautiful. Sue's made banana bread. Ooh, did you bring enough to share? I love me some banana bread. Anna makes wonderful banana bread in the rice cooker, because we have an amazing rice cooker. Obviously, Anna being half Japanese, we have a lot of Japanese food in this house, and we have a lot of rice, but the rice cooker is the most phenomenally versatile bit of equipment. It really is. It makes incredible cakes, incredible banana bread, always perfect. And hers are. So I'm hungry now. Tessa's saying she enjoyed John Rutter talking about each piece. He had some great stories. Absolutely. Just imagine the concerts he's been to. Just the concerts, let alone that he's conducted or rehearsed. He's been all around the world as a musician, and so much experience, so much knowledge. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I think it's because I've got the fan on. It's blowing dust around the room. Either that or the hay fever's kicked in. I hope not. Anne said I looked cool and collected. Well, that's the swan, isn't it? It's gliding along, showing no indication of the frantic pedalling underneath. Oh, fab. Thanks for that, Anne. Hello to Rose from Somerset. Hello, Lindsay. You catch it up later. That's it, exactly. That's it. You can watch any time. And do tell people, if people have missed the live session, c'est la vie. They can come along, they can learn these pieces at any time in the summer. I'm almost hoping that some people will hear about it from you and will come and sign up and then join us live for the other 2 weeks. But, you can sign up. And of course, you folks have access to this. You can come back, you can learn these pieces, you can sing them anytime you like. You could decide, actually, I'm going to do that week again, but I'm going to learn all the alto parts this time. Why not? Yeah, a couple of basses go. I might have a go at the tenor line. A couple of tenors going, do you know what? I've always fancied to go at bass. Never know. It's worth a go, isn't it? How are people doing? Annie managed to get the lawn cut over lunch. Amazing. How did you manage that? Goodness me. Is it a very big lawn? For that the size of mine, I could run away now and be back in 2 minutes and it'll be mowed. Janine went for a walk at lunchtime and took a photo of a Gaelic blessing, a view of river running through trees. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad everyone's enjoying it. Sue says she may have to pause when the oven beeps. Not sure you can trust hubby to follow the instructions I gave him. Speaking as a hubby, I think you're right. Oh, fab. Susan's having pad thai tonight. Oh, wonderful. Bless you, everyone. Thank you for blessing me. Thank you. May the Lord bless you. Thank you. High pollen today, definitely. Yes, and please do talk about cakes on Friday afternoon. Yep, so after our performance on Friday afternoon, we will have tea and cake. A proper British afternoon concert. It's just a shame we can't do the thing where we all bring it on a plate covered with cling film and put them out. But we will. We'll do that virtually. Jane is asking, how do I access the John Rutter talks? So if you follow the link, so please do, all of you read Mark's emails. He works really, really hard to make sure they have just the right information in them. So do please look at Mark's emails, look at the emails, as it were. And you'll find the links to John's videos. They are really, really insightful. It's a total of about just over half an hour of John talking about his pieces. Really, really fascinating. The kind of thing you don't get in other choirs. Yeah, that's the unique thing about our model here. We can have John wish us luck and then come and learn all the pieces. Isn't that fabulous? So great to see you. Hello, Patricia. No, you haven't missed the start of the session at all. And remember, if any of you are worried about, am I getting the link? Mark will send out a link before each session. But if you're subscribed to this channel, that is this one, okay, bear in mind it's a different one to the Messiah at Home, and that you've selected the notifications, you should get an email as soon as I pop up, and you can come here. You don't have to wait for Mark. All right, but he will send them through to you as well. Cheers, everyone. Judith is saying, our lawn looks lovely because it's not cut. It's sort of clover, buttercups and daisies. The bees are loving it, so I'm not cutting it. Good for you. That's wonderful. Oh, that's great. Trish has baked an apple cake during the lunch break. How about that? Oh, I'm getting hungry now, folks. See, all I did during my lunch break is take quarantine choir. So this week is a lot of singing and a lot of playing. But I'll tell you what, my voice was very warm. I didn't have any problem singing the high notes this lunchtime. Tell you what, the next one we're going to start with, Look at the World. I'd be very interested to see how many of you actually know this one. Do you know it? Because if you don't, I can pretty much guarantee this is going to be the one that sticks. Of all of John's pieces, and I've been really very much deeply buried in these 7 pieces for the last few weeks, since Messiah, in fact even slightly before Messiah, and this is the one that I just can't get shot of in my head. Carol's got a really good question. He's included Be Thou My Vision. Are we doing this? No, we're not doing it. One of the original plans was that we were going to do Be Thou My Vision instead of All Things Bright and Beautiful, and we changed the order. Oxford University Press have licensed these 7 for us, and it just seems that the message didn't get to John. So that one is a sort of a bonus one for a piece that we're not doing. All right, so please don't get confused about that. There won't be a Be Thou My Vision, though of course do feel free to watch it while it's up, and then maybe listen to the Cambridge Singers singing it. The Cambridge Singers are John's choir, and they're very, very good, unsurprisingly. Lots of talk about cake. I'm not surprised. Anne is saying, I need cake. I know the feeling. Helen's asking, how do I do it? Well, I've just been talking to a friend of mine who's now a head teacher. We trained together, and I taught alongside him for many years, and he's now running his own school. And he was saying, goodness me, isn't it a lot of work? And I just have to say, well, I get to come upstairs and work, and then as soon as I'm done, I have a 2-meter commute. So yeah, it's lovely. It's hard work at times, but it's also great fun. So please don't worry about me. All is well. Evelyn's saying, I've never sung any of John Rutter's music. It is so beautiful. I'm so glad. Diane and George have sung Look at the World. Fabulous piece. Great. Now, I'll explain in a minute, Sue. She's asking, are the Fieri stops available separately? If you mean for where they're singing together, no, they're not. We've got just sopranos and the piano. Similarly, alto, tenor, bass. All right. But we will put up everything tonight except the final mixed versions. We're not going to share those with you until Friday. So you'll be able to sing along with all the soprano parts, all the alto parts, all the tenor, all the bass, but you won't hear them all mixed together until the performance on Friday. Because, well, we want to build up a sense of excitement, and honestly, it's worth waiting for. They are absolutely wonderful, wonderful pieces. Oh, fab. So lots of people are getting ready to sing, so we'll be starting in just a few moments, everyone. And do make sure that you've got your drink of water handy. All right, we've got another hour and a half of singing, and I'll explain at 3:30 exactly what the plan is for this afternoon. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being part of this. It's a great project. It's so exciting. Nona's asking if she can bring biscuits on Friday. Of course, Nona. Of course. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to our soprano sessions today. This is part 2 of our first week of our summer school, where we're learning the wonderful music of John Rutter. Thanks so much for being here. Hope you enjoyed the first session. Now this afternoon we're going to look at the remaining 3 works in our set of 7. So we'll start in a moment with Look at the World, which is quite a substantial sing. We'll follow that then with the Choral Amen in E, which is quite a lot shorter but is a cappella. And then we will finish with The Lord Bless You and Keep You. At least we'll finish the teaching. What I'd like to do then is to, if we have time, and we should do, is to run through all 7 pieces with just the soprano and piano, so that you have a really good repository. You have a place to come that has all of those accompaniments, and you can just run them through and practice ahead of Friday. For those who were on the first session, we had a little bit of a glitch in that one of the very small soprano 2 parts didn't play. Well, that's been fixed, so when we sing through All Things Bright and Beautiful, you will hear that second soprano part as well. So I'm going to assume that your voices are still nice and warm from this morning. If you've joined us since this morning and you haven't had a chance to warm up, can I ask you, go and have a good warm up. You can pause the stream, come back anytime you like. And I did a good warm up in the welcome session for the summer school this morning. But the rest of us, could we please turn to Look at the World, which is page 32. And if you've had a chance to watch John's introductory video to this, I think it's one of the more charming and entertaining of the ones that he did. He talks about it being commissioned by David Dimbleby, and about how he wrote the words. And I've sung a lot of John's music over the years. It's really interesting to hear him talk about the differences of setting his own words to setting words that already exist. And this is a particularly nice piece with a really very, very catchy tune. And so we'll start at the beginning. Soprano is a very good place to start, as they say. And if we could please have a look at this first phrase. And so we have another nice introduction. Sopranos start the work again, as we've seen several times so far today. And we come in after two. Actually, we come in after one because it's two in a bar. We come in after one. We sing one. Look at the world. Everything all around us. Look at the world and marvel every day. Okay, very, very nice tune. You can imagine a large choir of children singing that. Lots of movement by steps, so just be careful as we go up and as we come down, just to keep an eye on the tuning. Remember to smile, okay? That really helps, particularly when you're moving around by scale. When we sing that, look at the world, make sure it's an sound with a nice drop jaw, and marvel. We get that ma sound, okay? So if I sing a phrase, would you sing it back to me? The first one is one. Look at the world, and one. Look at the world. Then we sing one. Everything all around us, and everything all around us. And then we sing, look at the world and marvel every day. And one. Look at the world and marvel every day. Excellent. Now, from that note, we carry on up. He changes key. We now sing, look at the world. So many joys and wonders. Sing for me, and one. Look at the world. So many joys and wonders, so many miracles along our way. So let's sing so many joys and wonders. And one, so many joys and wonders, so many miracles along our way. Excellent. So just the same as before. Use the opportunity to look for the important words. Look at the world. So many joys and wonders. So many miracles along our way. All right, emphasize the important words and lighten the others so we get a lovely sense of phrase. Let's sing, sopranos, from the opening, from bar 9 in C major, smiling all the way through. Nice deep breath. 1, 2, 1. Look at the world. Everything all around us. Look at the world and marvel every day. Look at the world. So many joys and wonders. So many miracles along our way. Fab. So now we move to the chorus, and this is the first time that we sing it. And of course, John's note when we sing the verse is that he wants it kind of light and poppy. Look at the world, so many joys and wonders. Yes, he doesn't want a great big heavy sound. And we contrast that light sound here in the chorus by singing it really quite straight, very smooth, like a hymn tune. And we sing, praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. So let's learn that in bits. Let's learn the first phrase. Okay, praise to thee. After me. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. With me, and praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Really nice. Just be careful when you're coming down on those last 4 notes. Okay, down the 4th, then the tone, then the 4th. Okay, it's worth getting this right because we sing it quite a lot. One more time. Praise to thee, and praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Excellent. Then give us thankful hearts that we may see. Sing with me, and give us thankful hearts that we may see. And then this is really very beautiful indeed. We start there, we drop down the octave, we sing all the gifts we share and every blessing. And that's a really intense set of notes at the end, so really enjoy that. All the gifts we share, and all the gifts we share and every blessing. And then smile as you sing, all things come of thee. Sing with me, and all things come of thee. Fab. Can we sing the entire chorus, please, everybody, from A? Praise to thee. If you can roll your R's, that would be lovely. And remember, treat it like it is a particularly tuneful hymn. Praise to thee. Here we go. 1, 2. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. Really nice. Now, we stay in the same key, and you sing with the altos a tune that is familiar. From B, we sing 1. Look at the earth, bringing forth fruit and flower. Look at the sky, the sunshine and the rain. Okay, so same tune as before, slightly louder. Don't forget that energy. John said, channel your inner Julie Andrews at this point. Yeah, you're on the mountaintop. Look at the earth, bringing forth fruit and flower. Okay, so let's channel our inner Julie Andrews, everybody, and sing from B. And 1. Look at the earth, bringing forth fruit and flower. Look at the sky, the sunshine and the rain. Then the tenors and basses sing. Look at the trees and mountains. And then you take over and you sing valley and flowing river, field and plain. So sing for me, valley and flowing river. Ready? And 1. Valley and flowing river, field and plain. And then the tune as before, but a bit louder now. Praise to thee. So just as before, like a nice smooth hymn, but a bit louder. 1, 2. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. Okay, so same tune as before. Just watch out at the end there, because obviously if you once you get used to singing the chorus, you'll really like it, and the tendency is perhaps over sing it. Don't over sing it. Keep something back. So give us thankful hearts that we may see. There's a diminuendo, get quieter there. So the all the gifts we share and every blessing should get quieter. And then smiling really warm. All things come of thee at the end. Okay, fab. Now, verse 3 is marked children or tenors and basses. I'm not sure if that's a comment on the behaviour of the tenors and basses, but the tenors and basses will sing this verse. Okay, so you won't sing this one. And if you want to sing along with the tenors and basses, I'm sure they wouldn't mind, but you won't hear that when Fieri sings. So you can skip the next page and a bit. And so our next entry is at the top of page 39 in our score at letter E. Okay, and I'll just tell you what happens just before you come in. You sing, the tenors and bass sing, gathered to the Father's fold. Okay, and then your next note is a D sharp here at E, and you sing, praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. So it's the same tune that we've experienced already. It's just in B major, which just gives it a really, it darkens it slightly at this point, particularly as it is a cappella as well. When you hear it with the other voices, it's a lovely, lovely moment. So let's sing that together, shall we please, sopranos? And just notice it's marked piano and legato. So this is a really quiet, as I say, a cappella moment. So let's sing it together from E. 1, 2. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. And then he's taken us to D major, which is a full tone away from where we started. A really lovely bright key, and everybody is united then at letter F. Every good gift, all that we need and cherish, comes from the Lord in token of his love. Okay, so make sure you sing this with lots and lots of feeling, lots and lots of passion here. Every good gift. Okay, this is the loud bit with Julie Andrews when she's spinning around. Okay, so let's sing after 1 and 1. Every good gift, all that we need and cherish, comes from the Lord in token of his love. Excellent. So again, Lord with a nice tall mouth, smiling all the way through. One of the reasons that sounds so nice is it's known as a 9/8 suspension. And it's a particularly nice technique that composers use when they want something to shine and sort of scintillate. And John uses a lot of 9/8 suspensions. All right, so let's sing that one more time. Every good gift, all that we need and cherish. Note then the tenors and basses take over it. We are his hands, stewards of all his bounty. Okay, so straight into F one more time. After 1 and 1. Every good gift, all that we need and cherish, comes from the Lord in token of his love. Then the tenors and basses sing, stewards of all his bounty. And then you sing, his is the earth and his the heavens above. So just with me, his is the earth and 1. His is the earth and his the heavens above. One more time for luck. His is the earth and 1. His is the earth and his the heavens above. Excellent. And notice that's not too quiet. In fact, we're getting louder through heavens above, and we're going to sing that this chorus one last time with plenty of feeling. And we sing praise to thee. Okay, so from G, sing with me, and praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. Okay, now before I teach you the last line, just note that is the same tune as we've sung before, but just in a higher key. So you'll find the top F sharp will definitely feel higher. Don't oversing it. Don't overpower the line. It should flow rather than have lots and lots of impulses. So when we sing, praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation, don't think of that high note as a high note. Think of it as a conduit to the next line. All right? Let's just sing that one more time, shall we? Praise to thee from G. Ready, Sops? 1, 2. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. And then we sing, all things come of thee. And as John said in his little introduction, you don't expect that note on come, but it does fit beautifully. All things come of thee. And just make sure that you place that beautifully. So that's the piece. I'm sure you'll agree it's an absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous work. And you will find, I'll tell you exactly the bit. The bit that I just cut, once I sing it, it won't leave. It's the all the gifts we share and every blessing, all things come of thee. That series of chords, it just gets stuck in my head. So if it happens to you, well, welcome to the club. Let us sing together along with the sopranos of the Fieri consort. So there will be a couple of bits where the sopranos don't sing, and so I'll fill in the tenor and bass parts as we go. And do please enjoy, everybody. Just check everyone's all right. Everyone's very well. Here we go. So I'll just unlock my computer. Look at the world with the sopranos. Here we go. And deep breath, and 1.
Look at the world, everything all around us. Look at the world and marvel every day.
Deep breath.
Look at the world, so many joys and wonders, so many miracles along our way. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee.
Deep breath, and
Look at the earth, bringing forth fruit and flower. Look at the sky, the sunshine and the rain.
tenors and basses. Look at the hills. Look at the trees and mountains.
Valley and flowing river, field and plain. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and
So tenors and basses on their own. Think of the spring, think of the warmth of summer, bringing the harvest before the winter's cold. Everything grows, everything has a season, till it is gathered to the Father's fold.
Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee.
Deep breath. And
Every good gift, all that we need and cherish, comes from the Lord in token of His love.
we are His hands, stewards of all His bounty.
His is the earth and His the heavens above.
Big breath.
Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee. All things come of thee.
Wonderful. Huge thanks again to Hannah from Fieri and to Anna for her wonderful playing on the piano. I'm sure you'll agree that is a beautiful piece and not as well known as some of his others, but we'll change that, won't we, everyone? So do practice that one, please, Sops. It'll sound absolutely beautiful when everyone's singing together, but even on its own, I'm sure you'll agree. Lovely tune. So do please rehydrate yourselves, everybody. All right, have a sip. And make sure that you keep hydrated, as I've been saying all the way through. Particularly if the weather is hot, you need to make sure that you're drinking water throughout. So let's have a look at this beautiful choral Amen in E major. And as I said at the start of this session, we're not going to be sharing the finished sort of full versions of these songs until Friday, except for this one. I don't think it's fair to spring this one on you. What we'll do is we'll learn the soprano parts, we'll sing them through, and then we'll sing them along with the full version, okay? Because this one is an a cappella piece, and it doesn't really make sense to just send the parts out without the full thing. So we'll learn them. Now we need 2 soprano sections. So if you're soprano 1, if you could make your way to sort of the, let me think, I'll have soprano 1 over here, and I'll have soprano 2 over here. So if you need to move around, then do. But I'll indicate sop 1 here and sop 2 on this side. And this isn't a very long piece at all. And lyrically, it's not the hardest thing you've ever sung because it's just got one word, and the word is Amen. If you haven't watched John's intro, do. So again, a really fascinating insight into how composers write music and why. We'll start with first soprano as your first in, and I would suggest, actually, if you're happy to, ladies, just sing everything for now, okay? And we start with an E, which makes sense, and from that note grows this beautiful sound. And John has said this is like, if you imagine a time-lapse video of a day with the sun rising, heading to its zenith, and then falling again. And so if we start at the beginning, and I'll count you in, it goes 3, 4. Amen. Okay, should be able to do it in one breath. I failed totally. Let's see if we can do that together. Ready? Nice and smooth. 2, 3, 4. Amen. Okay, so we got 4.5 bars. Rising, just make sure we're keeping it in tune, smiling as much as we can, getting a little bit louder. Crescendo poco means get louder little by little. And we're aiming for men there. Amen. And when we land on the men there, we're there for 2 beats and we go up to there. So start at bar 5, it's men. Amen. Okay, so let's start on that C sharp at the end of the first page of the choral Amen there, bar 5, starting there after 2. 1, 2. Amen. And you're to crescendo through that E, and then this is very much for the first sopranos, okay? As soon as you hit that second bar of that long note, which is bar 8, you then drop and you climb. Amen. 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 Okay, so we'll just learn from bar 8 to bar 13. Okay, so we've held along E through bar 7. As I said, we then drop down and climb up. So sing with me from the second note of bar 8, please, first sopranos. Ready? 3, 4, 1. Amen. 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 Excellent. What I would suggest you, because it's a nice sound, and a relatively easy sounds to sing at that pitch, just give yourself as tall a mouth as you can to let as much sound out so you don't get a sort of a feedback in your throat. Okay, so we've just sung in bar 13, Amen, that fourth up to the E. We then drop down the octave, and notice by this point we're already a lot quieter. The pinnacle of the piece is that G sharp, yeah, the note in bar 9, that really high note up there. That's the loudest that you sing, and you stay forte for several bars. You start to get quieter in bar 11, 12. By bar 13, where we just left off, it's mezzo piano, not too loud. And then the last 3.5 bars are quiet and getting quieter still. So from that high note, Amen, we then drop down for the last 3.5 bars and we sing, Amen. And there, Amen, with the dropped jaw. Sing for me the last 3.5 bars, please, sopranos, starting after 2. Ready? 1, 2. Amen. Lovely. A little tip that I was always taught when you're singing something like this that ends with an amen is just let the n go on a little bit longer on the n sound to just add to the acoustic. Let's go all the way through firsts. Okay, so start at the very beginning, and then seconds it'll be your turn. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Amen. Okay, now Obviously, you need to take great big galumphing breaths whenever you can to get all the way through. If you need to stagger the breathing, then by all means do. All right, so that's the first soprano line. Let's have a look at the second soprano line. So first 2 bars, second sops, you let the firsts carry the load. Now, but you need to follow their line up because their third note is your first note. So as they sing, then you sing, Amen. Sing for me. 3, 4. Amen. Excellent. And do make sure you don't over sing it. It's not it's Amen. That same note I gave the first, that it should be like the sun coming out or sun rising slowly on the horizon. Keep it nice and smooth as well. So from that note, we've landed on men there. Men, 2, 3. Then we sing Amen. Okay, now I've started out at falsetto and I'm instantly regretting it because it's about to go really high. I'm going to drop down into my pitch but play at your pitch. So coming in bar 4, last note, it's 1, 2, 3. Amen, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Amen. I'll do that one more time. Had a page turn emergency once again. So this is from bar 4. 1, 2, 3. Amen. Amen. Okay, now the notes, that higher note, is actually the same note. If you look at the soprano 1, they're singing that note at the same time as you. Okay, they're on their way up, and so you join them, and then you hold on to that note as they rise to an E, and that creates this clash. Now, taken on its own, yeah, that clash doesn't sound great. In the context of this, it is sublime. Okay, it's another 9/8 suspension, but it's a minor ninth, which is really, really intense. So seconds, I want you to grow through your Amen, grow through the D sharp across the bar line, so you get that wonderful moment where you grow into the clash and then you die away. All right, so let's sing your line from bar 3 seconds. Okay, with me. 2, 3, 4. Amen. 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 Excellent. It's a really lovely moment for you. Now the firsts, they rise up to that G sharp, and you need to pay attention to what they're doing because their penultimate note is your next note. You pick up that note and you come down the scale, okay, through a little sort of turning pattern. So they sing, ah, you sing, Amen. Let's come in on that note there. After 1, 3, 4, 1, Amen. Excellent. It is quite loud. It should be sweet and with a dropped jaw. Amen. Okay. Now, once you've landed on that men, it should start getting quieter. And after 3, we sing 1, 2, 3. Amen. Amen. Okay, just a really nice, simple down the scale. So sing for me, Amen, the last note of page 45, the last note of bar 11. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Amen. Amen. Excellent. And then to the end, it's relatively simple. The last 3 bars is just Amen. So sing with me the last 3 bars. 2, 3, 4. Amen. Fab. And you'll be getting quieter all the way through that. So I'm just going to have a little sip of drink. Wonderful stuff. So let's go all the way through the second soprano line and then we'll sing with the Fieri consort. Okay, so from the beginning, the soprano 1 plays or sings 2, 3, 4. Deep breath and Amen. 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 And 1. Amen. 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 And Amen. Super stuff. So let us sing through with the wonderful sopranos of the Fieri Consort. And so we'll sing up just with them on their own, and then we'll sing it with the full choir. And you'll be the first people to hear it. Okay, so let me find the right one. Choral Amen. Here we go. So your first note, because there's no intro, it's going to start pretty much straight away. So here we go. And ready, seconds. I'm sure you'll agree, given that you've just learned to sing that, that's a really hard part to sing. And I just want to say the Fieri Consort have done an incredible job. Well, would you like to hear the full thing? Of course you would. Right, let's sing it along with the Fieri Consort. Okay, and you'll get a real sense now of how John has created this sense of, as he said, like the sun rising. A beautiful, beautiful day, complete with the sunrise, the heat of the sun in the middle, at that top G sharp for you first sopranos, and then as the sun sets to a calm evening. Okay, here we go. So sopranos, there's your notes, and this is what it sounds like. And seconds. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that. You are the first people in the world, other than myself, Mark, and the sound engineers, to hear that mix. It's very, very new. The ink is still wet on it, effectively. But I'm sure you'll agree. Aren't the Fieri Consort wonderful? If you hadn't heard of them before this project, do go out and buy all their CDs. All right? So, everybody, that leaves us with one more piece to learn. And then, as I said at the start of the session, I would like to go back and sing through everything in the order that we learnt it, just the soprano parts, so that you have a reference guide to practice with this week. We are going to be putting up all the other individual voices with piano tracks, and so altos, tenors, basses, you'll have those to sing along with tonight. Obviously, we'll be learning them, altos tomorrow, tenors on Wednesday, basses on Thursday, but please do come along. And sopranos, if you want to come along and sing your parts along with the altos and tenors and the basses, I can think of nothing better. So do please consider coming along and joining us for those. So now we're going to finish with an absolutely beautiful one. This is The Lord Bless You and Keep You. And this is one of my favourites. And as I said, they're all favourites, but I have more favourites than others. And John's intro for this is particularly moving. He was talking about the fact it was dedicated to his music teacher, to Edward Chapman, who taught him some really important lessons, something that my composition teacher told me as well, which is when you're composing, always write the music that's in your heart. And that is extremely important to understand as a composer, that don't try and write music that's in somebody else's heart. Write what's in yours. And I'll be slightly soppy at this point. I've always had a tendency to compose music that has a strong melody that is very much influenced by John Rutter, because his music is extremely important to me. So to be here conducting you with a week of his music, I'm living my best life, as they say. And now this piece is very, very gentle. Again, has some beautiful moments in it. And finishes with a glorious Amen and a lovely A flat for you sopranos at the end. So let's have a look at this. Now, John writes in some funny keys, and he talks about this in his introduction. This is G flat major, everybody. Now, if anybody is a pianist and is having a look at that key signature, 6 flats. And anybody's doing that again, that's far too many flats. John actually said in his introduction, he said, well, it's just like G major, only with more flats. Yes, John, only 6 more. So let's have a little look at this. It's a gorgeous piece. It's so moving, so evocative. Let's have a look at the very beginning. Once again, sopranos, you open the piece with the tune, okay? And it's supposed to be sung sweetly and smoothly, and not too quickly. When you listen to the piano part for this, I've performed this with conductors going that sort of tempo. The Lord bless you and keep. Sounds a bit like a sort of a donkey ride. It's got to be much slower. That sort of tempo. So the tune goes, the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you. Really gorgeous line here. Not too high. Very much sort of in the mid-range for you sopranos, and so it can be really sweet. There are a couple of opportunities to grow through, to get louder, to shine upon you. And as I always say to my singers, when you sing a word like shine, it should be shine. And put the it just before the end of the vowel, and you'll get a really lovely sound. And be gracious unto you. Put the S onto the next word as well. Let's learn this all together. So sing with me, or sing after me. I'll sing you the first line. It goes, the Lord bless you and keep you. Everybody, and the Lord bless you and keep you. Really nice. Again, smiling as much as you can to keep this in tune. Then, the Lord make his face to shine upon you. Sing for me. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. And notice there, to shine upon you. Pull back in dynamic on the upon you. And then we have again, to shine upon you. Sing for me. To shine upon you. And then, and be gracious unto you. So I'm going to ask you to take a tiny break after the first gracious. Not long enough so you can grab a huge tank full of air, but just enough so you can get through to the end. So, the Lord bless you and keep you, breath. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, breath. To shine upon you and be gracious, tiny breath, and be gracious unto you. If you can go through in that particular way, so we don't break up the line. So let's sing it from the beginning. The Lord bless you and keep you. Sing with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Lord bless you and keep you. Deep breath. The Lord make his face to shine upon you. Breathe. To shine upon you and be gracious. And be gracious unto you. Excellent. And when you sing you, can you make it an ooh sound so it's really sweet? Excellent. So now we sing it again, except with some harmony and with some other parts. So sing for me on page 49, the last note of bar 10. Ready? 2, 3, 4. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, to shine upon you and be gracious, and be gracious unto you. Well done, Sops. Well done. So just pay attention, please, to all the dynamic markings here. At the top of the page, it says piano, so quiet, dolce sempre, always sweet. Everything really, really sweet. Again, as before, we're going to get louder through the Lord, make his face to shine upon you. But notice there's no diminuendo. We're to get louder again through the next one. So this is bar 13, 14 and 15. So, Lord, make his face to shine upon you, to shine upon you and be gracious. And then down. And be gracious unto you. So make sure you've got that marked in for me, please, Sops. Excellent. Now, have a sip of drink. Okay, so we then carry on. And this is a lovely little melody that you get and then the tenors and basses get. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. And notice on those long notes, which are on the first beats of the bar and therefore are important, I'm going to ask again that you make them tall. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. Okay, make sure those are nice and clean and wide. The Lord. So it goes. It's going to go from the last note of 18 through to 22. Ready? 2, 3, 4. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. All right, sing that with me. The Lord. Deep breath. 2, 3, 4. The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. Excellent. Countenance, as you round that sound off beautifully. Then the tenors and basses, they sing, the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. And then we start this beautiful line, and give you peace. And really beautiful line, and give you peace, and give you peace. Let's just sing that one note at a time. And ready, and 1, and give you peace. And again, and once more time, and give you peace. Lovely. When you sing peace, only a tiny, tiny S, please. Tiny, tiny S. Otherwise, we get peas, which is not what we're singing. It's not and give you peas. It's and give you peace and a tiny S. So sing for me, still slightly slower. And 1, and give you peace. Very nice. Notice it goes across the bar line. Peace. Okay, just after the bass descends again, and of course, as John says, the entire piece is all just about a descending bass line that just descends all the way through. So you're waiting for that note to go to there, and then put the S at that point. So let's do that one more time. In fact, what I'll do is I'll run into it for you from the tenor and bass, the Lord lift up the light, bar 22. So they sing, the Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you. And you sing, and give you peace. Excellent. And then we sing together, and give you peace, and give you peace. Okay, and give you peace. And notice it's not peace are, because your word dovetails with the tenors and basses who come in on are at 34. So let's look at bar 31. So bar 31, after 1 and 1, and give you peace, and give you peace. And make the S at the end of that piece the quietest S you've ever sung. Peace. It's just to round that off. The important line there is the Amen. Okay, and on to the last page, and this is the last page of music that we have to learn before we can sing all the way through, and you've learned 7 pieces in one day, sopranos. Amazing. So the tenors and basses, they sing this beautiful Amen. Okay, so they set the stage for you. You come in on this note, you sing Amen. Okay, so sing with me, and Amen. Now, you'd think that's enough, but no, John has a treat for you. Up to that A flat, and we sing Amen, Amen. So we'll sing those 2 amens. All right, and this is good and loud, good and forte. Ready, sops? 3, 4. Amen, Amen. Great. Well done. So notice the men in the first amen is 2 beats at the end. Amen. Then the next one is only 1 beat. Amen. Because we're about to sing up to a G flat here. But what I'd like to do is to sing from the start of page 37 and sing those 3 amens at the start of 37. Ready? Nice deep breath. 2, 3, 4. Amen. 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 And then we sing Amen. 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 Okay, so the last 3 amens from bar 41. This one is in after 2. With me, 1, 2. Amen. 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 So just in the last 2 amens, just be careful about where you're placing the notes rhythmically. So in the last 2, so that amen, that the penultimate one comes in after the first beat, so you get 1 amen, just sing for me, and 1 amen, and then the last one is amen, and that penultimate note is just gathered and is a little bit slower, and then you hold that last men. So let's sing the last page, shall we, ladies? In fact, let's go 2 bars before. I'll sing the tenor and bass line from bar 35. Can you then come in bar 37, and we'll sing right the way through to the end, okay? So here we go. There's the tenor and bass note. We're going to go from bar 35. And Amen. And Amen. 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 sopranos. Excellent. So let's go back to the beginning, and we'll sing all the way through with the sopranos of the Fieri Consort. And then we have learned 7 pieces. We'll then go back. We'll start at the beginning. We'll sing through All Things Bright and Beautiful and everything in order. And then you're ready for Friday, other than a bit of rehearsal. So let's have some fun with this one. The Lord bless you and keep you. And what a lovely way to finish our learning for today. Here we go. Deep breath and...
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you.
Deep breath.
The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you.
The Lord lift up the light of his countenance upon you.
And give you peace.
And give you peace.
And give you peace. And give you peace.
Amen. And
Amen. Amen. Amen.
there we are. An absolutely sublime performance by Hannah there. Thank you so much indeed to the Fieri Consort for their wonderful singing. So, sopranos. We've been through everything. We've learnt it all. So I would like to, after a moment to catch your breath, I'd like us to sing all the way through from the beginning. And thank you so much. Lovely comment there saying beatific playing from Anna. I will pass that on. Thank you very much indeed. So we're going to sing through All Things Bright and Beautiful. And if you remember at the start, we had a couple of just minor issues there. We couldn't hear the second soprano. Well, that's been fixed. So we will sing along with both soprano parts. Do remember, as I say, we will be posting all of these on an unlisted link for summer school people to sing along with and to practice. And here we go. Right, let's go back to the beginning. So have a sip of your drink. And I hope you're having a nice time, folks. It's so lovely to be back. So, All Things Bright and Beautiful. Here we go. And... deep breath, and...
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, He made the glowing colours, He made the tiny wings.
the purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky.
The cold wind in the winter, the pleasant summer sun, the ripe fruits in the garden, he made them every one. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. He gave us eyes to see them, and lips that we might tell how great is God Almighty, who has made all things well. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all.
Gorgeous. Thank you ever so much, everybody. So just to remind you, when you're practicing this one, spend a bit of time just getting used to that last page. All things wise and wonderful. Ya ta 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 ta. The Lord. Okay, it's 4 lots of 3. And then a 2. Ya ta 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 ta. The Lord. Okay. Now you can just count 7 in that space, but I've always found it easier to sort of count 4 lots of 3 and then a beat and then we're in. All right. So just to revise, that's all things wise and wonderful. Ya ta 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 ta. The Lord God. All right. Practice that bit, and you'll have a good time with that one. So, fabulous. Let's sing For the Beauty of the Earth. And I know that Mark is going to be mixing this with Wise Buddha, not the literal Wise Buddha, with our sound engineers. And so I can't wait to hear your version of this, which will be coming out on Friday. But for now, we'll be delighted with the Fieri Consort sopranos. And let me find it. Here we go. So, For the Beauty of the Earth. Thanks, everyone.
For the beauty of the earth, for the beauty of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies, over and around us lies, Lord of all, to thee we raise this our joyful hymn of praise.
Don't forget to smile. Deep breath.
For the beauty of each hour, of the day and of the night, hill and vale and tree and flower, sun and moon and stars of light,
Sun and moon and stars of light.
Lord of all, to thee we raise this our joyful hymn of praise.
For the joy of human love.
For the joy of love,
Brother, sister, parent, child.
brother, brother, sister, parent, child, friends on earth, and friends above,
for all gentle thoughts and mild, for all gentle thoughts and mild, Lord, to thee we raise this our joyful hymn,
a joyful hymn of praise. For each perfect gift of thine, to a race so freely given,
graces human
graces human and
flowers of
divine,
earth and buds of heaven, flowers of earth and buds of heaven.
Lord of all, to thee we raise this a joyful hymn of praise. This a joyful hymn of praise.
Fabulous. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Anna. And thank you, everybody, for singing along with that one. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely lovely. Okay, so have a sip of drink. And let us carry on. Let's follow that with the Clare benediction. And yeah, as we practice, this one is gentler, I think, and is much more of a blessing. You've got that beautiful bit of descant writing on page 24, and just keep this one. This one isn't quite as poppy. This one is much more of a gentle church piece. So let's sing it, a Clare benediction. Deep breath and
May the Lord show his mercy upon you. May the light of his presence be your guide.
may he guard you and uphold you. May his spirit be ever by your side.
When you sleep, may his angels watch over you. When you wake, may he fill you with his grace. May you love him and serve him all your days. Then in heaven may you see his face.
Deep breath, not too loud.
May the Lord show his mercy upon you. May the light of his presence be your guide. May he guard you and uphold you. May his spirit be ever by
Thank you, everyone. Absolutely beautiful piece. And again, beautifully sung and beautifully played. So do practice that one. I think that the tricky parts in that are not over singing, and just making sure that you can sing quietly and sweetly in that upper register. So practice up there. Obviously your voices are I would imagine, quite tired at this point. So if you're finding it a bit of a stretch, don't worry about it. Come back fresh to it tomorrow, and you'll find, I think, those notes will soar. Just allow them to soar, but not too much. All right. Okay, let's have a sing through the beautiful Gaelic blessing. And yeah, this is a particularly beautiful recording. And I would just say, remember that this, a bit like the Amen, it starts quietly and blossoms into that wonderful moment, the light of the world to you, that amazing G sharp, but then right back down again for the last phrase, deep peace of Christ to you. Really very quiet and very, very intimate at that point. Okay, so let us sing together. I think people are enjoying themselves. That's great. Okay, a Gaelic blessing. Here we go. Let's get the right one with the sops. Okay, here we go. And deep breath.
Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the shining stars to you. Deep peace of the gentle night to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. Deep peace of Christ, of Christ, to you. Deep peace of Christ to you.
Fabulous. Thank you, everybody. So again, some bits to just watch out for when we're crescendoing up to that G sharp firsts. I mean, you can hear, the way the sopranos sing it on here is absolutely gorgeous, and it really soars. And there's a sense of it being part of a line rather than individual notes. And at that point, be like the bird that flies above the fields, paying no attention to the fences and the roads below. Think of it as one lovely long line. The light of the world to you. Your beautiful, beautiful melody to set those words. And then second sops. Do practice that deep peace of Christ to you. Just be really happy with that leap at the fifth, because at one point you are, you get sort of buried in the texture with the other singers, so don't let that put you off. Okay, fabulous, everyone. So, look at the world. Again, beautiful piece. We learnt it not that long ago, about an hour ago. And so just remember, this one is really preppy and peppy. This is the one I want you to think. If we were in a real summer school, or we are at a real summer school, but a face-to-face summer school, if I was collecting the copies back in at the end, I would expect to find Julie Andrews written all over this school. Little sort of doodles of Mary Poppins. So if that helps you, then draw a little picture of Julie Andrews. But remember, that's Rutter's instruction, okay? We're following the directions of the composer. So look at the world, everything all around us, and then contrast that with the beautiful legato singing in praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. And just one thing I didn't ask earlier on, when you sing every blessing, I'm going to ask you to give me a little bit more blah, okay, blah, so that when you sing it, it has an extra syllable. It's a bit like when we sing glory. glory has 3 syllables, and burlesing has 3 as well. So when you sing that, all the gifts we share and every blessing. So the B comes just before the note, and the L launches that sound. Okay, every time that happens, and believe me, you'll enjoy it when you do. Big smiles, lots of fun. Let's sing it. Okay. Look at the world. Sopranos. Here we go. Deep breath, and 1.
Look at the world, everything all around us. Look at the world and marvel every day. Look at the world, so many joys and wonders, so many miracles along our way. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee.
Deep breath, and
Look at the earth, bringing forth fruit and flower. Look at the sky, the sunshine and the rain.
look at the hills, look at the trees and mountains.
Valley and flowing river, field and plain. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee.
Think of the spring, think of the warmth of summer, bringing the harvest before the winter's cold. Everything grows, everything has a season, till it is gathered to the Father's fold.
Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee.
Let's sing together.
Every good gift,
all that we need and cherish, comes from the Lord in token of His love. We are His hands, stewards of all His bounty.
His is the earth and His the heavens above. Praise to thee, O Lord, for all creation. Give us thankful hearts that we may see all the gifts we share and every blessing. All things come of thee.
Thanks, everybody. That's a really, really beautiful piece. Thank you, John, for writing such lovely music and such heartfelt words as well. Brilliantly done. So, everybody, we have just a few minutes and we have time to sing through our last two pieces. And so what I'm going to do, I am just going to play you just the soprano part for the Choral Amen, because this is for you to use as a rehearsal track later on. Of course, if you want to hear the full thing, you can just take it back to when we were learning it about, half an hour ago or so. So I'm just going to play those two soprano lines on their own so you can come back and sing this later on. Okay, so it starts on that arm there. And let's have our Choral Amen. Ready? Just the sops. And... Fab. Now do please practice that with that rehearsal track. And when you sing it along with the full choir, those voices end up sort of buried in the full texture, and I want to make sure that you are really confident and really happy singing that. It's one of those pieces, I hope that you get a chance to sing it in a face-to-face choir in a big venue one day, because you could hear when the full choir is singing, all of those cascading semitones and clashes are absolutely sublime. A lovely piece again. Thank you, Mr. Rutter. And we will finish today, and what a wonderful way to finish our first day of our first ever summer school, with the Lord bless you and keep you. Those of you that know Mark's emails will know that he sends out frequent messages, very frequent messages, and throughout our Messiah project he always signed off with hallelujah. Well, he's changed his sign off now, and it now says may the Lord bless you and keep you, and that's exactly how I want to leave you for today. Thank you so much for being part of this this wonderful session, Sopranos. I've had a great time. I hope you have too. So I will see you, if not at an alto or tenor bass rehearsal, which of course you're more than welcome to attend, I'll see you on Friday, which is the last day of our summer school. We'll run through everything in the morning. We'll have a preview of our second week, when we'll feature all that wonderful music, again by Handel, Parry, Grieg, who else? Stanford, and of course that amazing piece Quanta Qualia, which Patrick Hawes is going to teach you, and you're going to have an amazing time working with him on that as well. So we'll have a preview of that on Friday morning. We'll sing through quite a lot of these pieces, and then Friday afternoon will be the premiere of all of these complete recordings. We'll sing with them, and we'll hear the Self-Isolation Choir singing For the Beauty of the Earth. So loads of wonderful music to look forward to this week. I think we'll leave it with the Lord bless you and keep you. So, would you sing with me, please? Let's find your parts here. Here we go.
The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you, to shine upon you, and be gracious unto you.
Thank you so much, sopranos. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your lovely singing. And I hope you have an excellent week. Do drop in and come and sing along with us. What better way to practice your parts than to sing them against some of the other lines? So it's altos tomorrow, tenors on Wednesday, basses on Thursday. Look out, as always, for your emails from Mark, who will give you all the information you need. So if you forget which day was it, check your emails from Mark. In the meantime, I hope you've enjoyed today. As I said, I've had a great time. Thanks for being such a fantastic group to work with. And do take care. See you Friday morning. Bye-bye, ladies.